Good morning. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here again with you. My name is Miss Harris, and today we're going to be talking about construction. In this week's lesson, if you notice, there is a common theme. It's not just construction. We're also talking about the Three Little Pigs. So I hope earlier in the week you already had a chance to read Three Little Pigs, and every day hopefully you're talking about Three Little Pigs. And it's really great to keep coming back to that book every single day and adding something new. So today I get the fun of building a straw house with you. So go ahead and I've got my stuff set aside. But first, let's do what I always like to do first, is talk about the words of the day, okay? And why is that important? Mostly because as you're building these things together, make sure you're talking about what you're building. And if you're using those vocabulary words that we've selected for that day, that's going to help the children not only be able to remember the word because they've seen it when you say it and we spell it together, but also when we're building and we're using those words, it's going to help it really connect in their brain so that those words stick around and last, okay? All right, so building a straw house. So some things this week, and you're going to hear this same thing every day this week, is we have to have a plan. Okay, plan. Notice, this is something we talked about last week when we were talking about towers. And so these kind of lesson plans kind of go together. So if you see some reoccurring themes, I hope you're talking about that. Because last week when I was here, we were building a tower. Today we're going to be building something with different materials. It's going to be a straw house. Okay, so plan. Let's spell this together, okay? P-L-A-N, plan. Okay, so what is a plan? I'm going to let you think about it for a minute. Good. Okay, so a plan is the idea of what you're going to be working on, okay? So getting together what you may need. So I'm planning to make a straw house. So I have to have my materials. That's part of my plan, is to have the materials. I have some straws here. Well, not drinking straw. These are coffee stirring straws, okay? What else do I need to plan? Well, I need to plan how I'm going to do it, okay? Am I going to make the foundation first? That's part of my plan. And then am I going to make the tower tall for a lot of little pigs to live in there? Or am I going to make it shorter, more like fence height, so they can just kind of stay within the house, okay? So that's a few of the things I'm planning. So talk about your plan while I select the next word. Okay, the next word is construct. What is construct? Let's spell it first. C-O-N-S-T-R-U-C-T. Sometimes it's fun to look at the letters, identify the ones you know already. You've already learned maybe A, B, C. We see a C. Which letters look the same? I see these two. Those are T's. Good. So take a minute, look at the word, identify anything that you know, any letter you know. This is a longer word than plan. Notice this one has a lot more letters than this one. All right, very good. Okay. And the last word we're going to be talking about is engineer. All right, so engineer. E-N-G-I-N-E-E-R. Oh, wow. Can you count how many E's are in this letter, or this word? Very good. We have 3. 1, 2, 3 E's. Great. So what is an engineer? An engineer is the person who makes the design. Okay, so today we're going to be the engineers because we are designing a straw house. And I don't believe I told you what construct means, but construct is to build, okay? So we're constructing a straw house and we're going to build it using coffee stirring straws, but you may have something different at home. We'll talk about that, okay? All right, so before we get going though, I brought something else that I want you to see. Okay, these 3 things you're going to be seeing on the lesson plan all week too. Why is this important? Why is it important to plan create, and test. Well, before you get started, you want to plan, right? We've already talked about this a little bit. We want to plan what? What all goes into our plan? We talked about 2 things. Do you remember what those were? Good. We need to plan what materials we're going to use, and then we need to plan what we're actually going to build. So sometimes in the planning stage, it's really nice, like an engineer would do. We would get a piece of paper, and we will get some markers, crayons, or a pencil, and we will actually draw out our plan, okay? That is a great way to start your plan, because that is something that you can do in on a 2-dimensional surface before you build it in a 3-dimensional surface, okay? It gives you an idea of where to start. Next is create. So what does create mean? Create is the part where we're actually making it. We've constructed our plan. Now we're going to construct a house or a building. And the last thing we get to do is test it. And test for this, we're talking about the 3 little pigs. So what do you think we're going to be testing on this straw house? We're going to be testing to see if this straw house that we build can withstand the huffs and the puffs of the wolf, right? So that is how we're going to test it. So we have to see, is it going to be able to stand up to our huffs and puffs today, okay? All right, so now is the time. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. If you haven't already done this, I need you to find something that you're going to use to build your straw house. So it's fall right now. That means a lot of people have like hay bales sitting out. So you could use that kind of straw. That would be great. You could also use a drinking straw. I had these in my office, so I thought, hey, why not? Coffee stirring straws, right? Nobody else was using them, so I thought I might use them for this. So that's going to work, okay? Tomorrow you'll be doing sticks, and then what's the last house that the 3 little pigs build? They build 3 different houses. First they build the good straw house, then they build the stick house, and what do they build last? It's a really strong material. Bricks. Good. Okay. All right, so now we are ready. We have made a plan, what we're going to build. Now we're going to start creating and constructing. So I'm going to take these, and I'm just going to lay some straws out and start to kind of stack them up. Notice I start in kind of a triangle shape, and I'm going to stack them on top of each other, okay? And you could actually put, if you have like a 3 little pig or something else you're going to be using this week to go inside your house, that could be fun. You could put that in here, okay? So, oh, wow, you're already noticing that this straw, what's happening here? Are the straws wanting to stay together? No. How do you think if we were really building a straw house it would go? Would you want to live in a straw house? There are people in some areas of the world that live in houses built of different materials than what we live in, okay? A lot of our houses may start like that with wood. That looks like a stronger house, right? That's going to withstand some huffs and puffs. But what about, we don't have any pictures, and I thought we did, so I apologize. This may be where you want to get on the internet together and try to find houses built of straw, because in some countries where they don't have really cold weather, they may use straw for either the roof or the sides of their houses, okay? So please take time, look in books that you might have or look on the internet and find what a straw house would look like, okay? It's gonna be stronger than, it's not gonna be as strong as the house we live in, a straw house. So notice my straws, they do not wanna stay together very well. So I'm just gonna stack a few more, okay? So I could stand a little figurine in the middle there if I had a 3 little pigs, and I might say this is the house, okay? We could keep stacking. But either way, what are we going to do next? Okay, we had our plan. We've created our straw house now. And last is the test. Okay, so this is where we get to do the huffing and the puffing. So when the wolf comes to the door, what does he say to the 3 little pigs? Do you remember? Okay, let's say it together, all right? You ready? All right. He says, I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to blow your house down. And the pigs are in there, and they're shaking because they're so nervous. They're living in a straw house. Let's see what happens. Ready? Huff, puff. Uh-oh. He blew the house down, you guys. Look what happened. There's no house there anymore, okay? We tested it. It did not stand up to the wolf's huffs and puffs. So tomorrow, you'll come back and you're gonna try a different house, this time with sticks. And we're gonna see what happens, okay? So I hope you join along every day and build something with us. And remember, just grab materials that you have around the house. That way you're not spending any extra money getting this stuff. But I hope you're having fun and doing this together. And I will see you again soon. Have a great day.